Did you know that one tiny tech habit, something you might not even notice, could be quietly stealing 30 minutes of your day? For many seniors, it's not the big, complicated gadgets that cause stress. It's the small, hidden settings and overlooked routines that quietly chip away at patience. You know that moment when you try to video call family and end up fiddling with the sound or camera instead of talking? Or when you feel like your phone or tablet has a mind of its own? You're not alone. Millions of older adults deal with this every day, often thinking it's just me. But here's the truth. It's not you. It's how the tech is set up. And once you spot these tiny habits, everything changes. Before we go on, if this already sounds familiar, take a second to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss fresh, simple ways to make technology finally work for you, not against you. Meet Louise Ramirez, a 73-year-old retired schoolteacher who lives alone in a quiet suburb of Phoenix, Arizona. For most of her life, Louise was the kind of person who loved learning. Her students used to call her Mrs. Curiosity because she never stopped asking questions or exploring new things. Even in retirement, she carried that same spark. When her friends hesitated to switch from flip phones to smartphones, Louise dove right in. She learned how to send emojis, take selfies, and even joined a Facebook group for retired teachers. But lately, something has changed. The technology she once enjoyed now feels more like a test she didn't study for. Updates pop up faster than she can read them. Passwords multiply like weeds. Buttons move, icons disappear, and every new feature seems to come with a new layer of confusion. Louise still tries to keep up. She doesn't want to feel left behind. But every time she sits down to just check her messages, it turns into a half-hour of frustration. Her friends say, "You're great with tech for your age," but she doesn't feel that way anymore. She misses calls because her phone's ringer somehow turned off. She squints at her tablet, trying to enlarge text that keeps shrinking after each update. Sometimes, she accidentally taps allow access without realizing what she's agreeing to. She worries that one wrong press could lock her out, or worse, let a scammer in. What makes it harder is the loneliness that sometimes creeps in. Her daughter lives 2 states away, and her grandkids don't call as often as they used to. Technology is supposed to bring them closer, yet more often than not, it feels like a wall she has to climb just to say hi. Still, Louise refuses to give up. She knows the world is moving faster, but she believes there must be a way to make these devices simple again, to turn frustration back into connection. And that's exactly what this video is about. Helping people like Louise rediscover confidence and peace of mind in a digital world that too often forgets how to slow down for the people who built it. Mistake number 1. Ignoring background noise in calls and devices. If you've ever tried to chat with family over a video call and ended up saying, "Can you hear me now?" more times than you actually talked, this one's for you. One of the most overlooked problems seniors face with technology isn't a broken MIC or a bad connection. It's background noise. The hum of a ceiling fan, the television playing faintly in the background, a neighbor's lawnmower, or even the soft click of a clock can all interfere with your voice. These sounds blend together, creating what's known as audio fatigue, and it's a silent energy drain. For older adults, this problem hits harder. As we age, our ears become more sensitive to certain frequencies while losing clarity in others. Add hearing aids into the mix, and the chaos doubles. What sounds like a faint word to someone else can feel like a wall of noise to you. And when every conversation, especially video calls, feels like work instead of connection, it's easy to stop calling altogether. Louise knows this all too well. Every Sunday morning, she logs into her church's online service, eager to see familiar faces. But within minutes, she's frowning. The pastor's words echo, the choir sounds muffled, and her own hearing aid starts feeding back. She leans closer, adjusts her volume, but it only gets worse. By the end of the service, she's not uplifted, she's tired. Her eyes burn from staring at the screen, and her head aches from trying to catch every word. She doesn't realize the culprit isn't her hearing. It's her device fighting background noise it was never told to ignore. Here's the good news. This is one of the easiest tech frustrations to fix, if you know how. Fix number 1. Use noise-canceling headphones or earbuds made for hearing aids. Modern audio tech has come a long way. Brands like Bose, Jabra, and even Apple now make devices that connect directly with hearing aids or use adaptive microphones that filter out unwanted sounds. These can turn a garbled conversation into something crisp and comfortable. Fix number 2. Turn on background noise reduction features. In 2025, most major platforms, Zoom, FaceTime, Microsoft Teams, and even Android video apps, include built-in noise suppression. On Zoom, you'll find it under Settings, Audio, Suppress Background Noise. On FaceTime, tap the MIC mode and choose Voice Isolation. These features work like invisible sound filters, letting your voice shine through while cutting out the chaos. Fix number 3. Choose your environment wisely. This one's free, but powerful. Move your calls to a quieter, softer space. Rooms with carpets, curtains, and cushions naturally absorb sound. If you sit near a window or hard wall, sound bounces and creates echoes. A small rug or even a folded blanket nearby can make your audio clearer than any expensive upgrade. When Louise tried these changes, she couldn't believe the difference. Her next Sunday call was peaceful. She could hear every word of the sermon. No more echoes, no more headaches. For the first time in months, she actually sang along without worrying if anyone could hear the feedback. So if you've been straining to hear, constantly asking people to repeat themselves, or ending calls feeling more tired than connected, it's time to look beyond your volume knob. Often, it's not your hearing or your device that's the problem, it's the noise between them. Have you dealt with echoing calls or shouting to hear over background noise? Tell us in the comments. Your story might help someone else finally enjoy a peaceful call again. Mistake number 2. Never updating privacy settings, letting confusion cost you. Most people think their phones and computers are safe right out of the box. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The default settings on most apps and devices aren't designed to protect you. They're designed to benefit them. The companies want data, and if you never touch your privacy settings, they get plenty of it. What you search, where you go, even how long you linger on a photo. For younger users, it's often just background noise. But for seniors, the cost can be far higher. Confusion, unwanted attention, or worse, scams disguised as friendly faces. That's exactly what happened to Louise. One quiet afternoon, she received a friend request from someone claiming to be part of a senior wellness support group. The profile photo showed a kind-looking woman with silver hair and glasses, just like her. The message read, "Hi Louise, I love hearing stories from people like you about their health journey. Can I add you?" Flattered and thinking it was harmless, Louise accepted. Within hours, she was asked to fill out a short wellness survey that requested her date of birth and zip code. Innocent enough, right? A week later, her inbox was flooded with strange offers for free medical alert devices and senior insurance bonuses. That wasn't a coincidence. Her data had been sold to marketing lists and possibly scammers. This is the quiet danger of not reviewing your privacy settings. It's not just about who can see your posts, it's about who can reach you, track you, or profit off you. And as privacy laws shift, like California's 2025 updates protecting older adults' data, platforms are adjusting their settings automatically, often in ways that confuse users. Many seniors aren't even aware that their information has been shared until the calls and spam start rolling in. So, what can you do to stop this before it starts? Here's how to take control of your digital front door. Fix number 1. Audit your social media privacy settings monthly. On Facebook, go to Settings, Privacy, who can see your stuff? Make sure your posts are shared only with friends, not public. On Instagram, switch to a private account, and on TikTok, disable Suggest your account to others. Even if you barely post, your account can still be scraped for information if left open. A simple 10-minute check each month can stop your name and photo from circulating in unwanted spaces. Fix number 2. Use two-factor authentication everywhere. This is one of the most powerful security features you can use, and it's free. Two-factor authentication, or 2FA, means even if someone guesses your password, they can't log in without a second code sent to your phone or email. Most major platforms, Google, Apple, Facebook, and banks offer this option under security settings. It's like putting a deadbolt on your digital doors. Fix number 3. Review app permissions regularly. Take a few minutes to check which apps can access your microphone, camera, location, or contacts. On both Android and iPhone, go to Settings, Privacy, App Permissions. Deny access for apps you don't actively use. You'd be surprised how many quietly listen in the background, gathering data they don't need. By turning off unnecessary permissions, you stop them from doing so and often improve your battery life. 2. When Louise finally went through her phone's settings, she was shocked. Over a dozen apps had access to her location, camera, and even her microphone. After tightening things up, the odd messages stopped. Her feed became calmer, her inbox cleaner, and for the first time in years, she felt in control of her digital life again. Remember, staying safe online isn't about paranoia, it's about peace of mind. Every small privacy adjustment is like closing a window that didn't need to be open in the first place. Stick around, the next mistake is so common. You might be doing it every single day without even realizing it. And it could be slowly draining your time, data, and patience without you ever knowing why. Mistake number 3. Letting devices run clocks and updates on their own at all times. If your phone or tablet seems slower every week, taking forever to open a message, freezing during a video call, or dying before lunch, it's not your imagination. The culprit could be something happening quietly in the background. Automatic updates and background tasks. They sound harmless, even helpful, but when left completely on their own, they can quietly drain your data, battery, and patience. Most devices are set by default to update apps, download system patches, and sync cloud files automatically. That sounds convenient, until you realize those updates often happen while you're trying to use the device. Every update uses data and processing power, which means slower speed, shorter battery life, and sometimes even surprise data overages. For seniors who use unlimited mobile plans, here's a hidden truth. Many of those plans aren't truly unlimited. In 2025, most US carriers throttle, or slow down, your connection after a certain amount of data use. And yes, background updates count toward that limit. For Louise, this became a mystery she couldn't solve. Her tablet used to run smoothly, but lately it lagged during her morning crossword and froze mid-call. She assumed it was getting old. But one night, when she left it plugged in, she noticed the screen glowing at 2 a.m. It was busy downloading updates, backing up photos, and syncing apps she hadn't opened in months. Her smart tablet was wearing itself out while she slept, using data and power non-stop. By the time she woke up, the battery was low again. It's a small issue that causes big frustration. Every second spent waiting for something to load adds to the feeling that tech is leaving you behind. But you can take back control with a few simple tweaks. Fix number 1. Schedule updates during off-peak hours. Go into your device's settings and look for Update Schedule. Choose a time like 2 or 3 a.m. when the device is plugged in and idle. This ensures updates don't interrupt calls, games, or streaming, and it helps your device install everything properly while you sleep. On most Androids and iPhones, you'll find this under System, Software Update, Automatic Updates, Schedule. Fix number 2. Turn off background app refresh for unused apps. Many apps secretly refresh content in the background, even when you're not using them. Social media, weather, games, shopping apps, you name it. This constant activity eats data and slows down performance. Turn it off for apps you rarely use. On iPhone, go to Settings, General, Background App Refresh. On Android, open Settings, Battery, Background Usage Limits. Disabling this for just 5 or 6 apps can make your device feel brand new. Fix number 3. Use battery health tools to prevent overcharging. Overcharging doesn't just hurt your battery, it shortens your device's lifespan. Modern phones and tablets now include built-in battery health settings that stop charging at 80 to 85% overnight, then top up just before you wake. On iPhones, it's under Settings, Battery Health and Charging. On Samsung and other Androids, look for Protect Battery. These tools help keep your device running longer, cooler, and faster. When Louise made these changes, the difference was night and day. Her tablet stopped freezing, her calls stopped dropping, and her battery lasted all day. She even noticed her data bill went down, because updates were finally happening on Wi-Fi instead of mobile data. Here's the takeaway: your devices may be smart, but they're not always considerate. They'll keep working in the background unless you tell them when to rest. By taking a few minutes to manage updates and background activity, you're not just saving battery, you're saving time, energy, and sanity. Do your updates ever slow things down at the worst times? Let us know when. It helps others know they're not alone. Mistake number 4. Using small fonts and complex interfaces without high contrast help. One of the quietest frustrations many seniors face isn't forgetting passwords or losing signals. It's simply not being able to see the screen clearly. The letters are too small, the buttons too close together, and every new update seems to rearrange everything you've finally got used to. It's not just an inconvenience, it's exhausting. When every tap feels like guesswork, even the simplest task starts to feel like a challenge. That's what happened to Louise. Every morning, she opens her tablet to check the news and reply to her daughter's messages. But lately, she finds herself holding the screen closer, squinting to read tiny text that looks like ants marching across the glass. She tries to tap back, but the button is so small that she accidentally hits an ad instead. Her tablet freezes, and she sighs, thinking, maybe I'm just not meant for this stuff anymore. That one thought is heartbreaking and far too common. Here's the truth. It's not Louise's eyesight that's failing her, it's the design. Nearly 2/3 of adults over 65 experience some form of reduced vision or contrast sensitivity. And while technology companies have made huge strides in accessibility tools as of 2025, many seniors don't even know these features exist. The irony? The tools to make screens easier, bigger, and clearer are already sitting inside the very devices causing frustration. If you've ever felt your eyes ache after a video call, or you've hesitated to explore a new app because it looks too complicated, you're not alone. But with a few simple tweaks, you can completely change how you experience your phone, tablet, or computer. Fix number 1. Adjust your display settings for comfort. Most devices today include built-in accessibility features designed for aging eyes. Go into Settings, Display, and look for options like text size, bold text, dark mode, or high contrast. Increasing the font size even slightly can make a world of difference. Dark mode, now common on iPhones, Androids, and Windows PCs, reduces glare and makes text easier to read, especially in low light. High contrast themes boost readability by sharpening the edges of letters and icons. Fix number 2. Try a senior-friendly launcher or home screen. If your smartphone feels cluttered, it's not you, it's the interface. Apps like Simple Launcher, Big Launcher, or Easy Mode on Samsung phones create large, clean icons and simplified menus designed for clarity. They remove the noise and confusion, leaving only what you need. Some even include shortcuts to call family or open the camera with one tap. No searching, no swiping. Fix number 3. Let your voice do the work. Typing on small screens can be stressful, but virtual assistants like Siri, Google Assistant, or Alexa can take over the heavy lifting. You can say things like, read my messages, call my daughter, or turn up the brightness, and they'll do it instantly. Voice technology has improved dramatically in 2025, with better speech recognition for softer voices and regional accents, something seniors struggled with before. When Louise finally discovered these tools, everything changed. Her screen became easier to read, her frustration vanished, and she started exploring new apps again, ones she'd been too intimidated to touch. Now she reads her favorite mystery novels digitally and uses her tablet for crossword puzzles without ever squinting or fumbling. It's amazing how something as simple as font size can affect confidence. For many seniors, struggling to see the screen isn't just about clarity, it's about feeling capable and in control. When you adjust your device to fit you instead of trying to fit it, technology stops being a barrier and becomes a bridge. The next mistake isn't just about tech, it's about connection. And so many are silently suffering from it without realizing that a single change could bring their loved ones and their peace of mind closer than ever. Mistake number 5. Not automating memory helpers and communication tools. As we get older, our minds carry more than just memories. They carry decades of names, numbers, routines, and responsibilities. It's no wonder that sometimes something slips. You walk into a room and forget why. You miss a call, then forget who it was. You promise to refill a prescription, but by the time you sit down, that thought is gone. It's not a sign of weakness or decline, it's a sign of overload. Our brains weren't built to juggle passwords, apps, reminders, and online accounts all at once. That's the quiet trap many seniors fall into. In the effort to stay sharp, they end up doing everything manually, writing passwords on sticky notes, setting alarms for pills, keeping mental lists of who to call and when. But in today's tech world, there's a better way. The tools that once overwhelmed seniors have evolved in 2025 into gentle helpers designed just for them. Devices and apps that remember so you don't have to. For Louise, this realization came on an ordinary Tuesday morning. She sat down to pay a bill online but couldn't remember her password. After several failed attempts, she sighed, reaching for her notebook, except it wasn't there. In the middle of searching, her phone buzzed. It was her daughter reminding her she'd missed her medication again. 2 simple tasks, checking email and taking a pill, had turned into stress and guilt. Louise wasn't forgetful. She was simply doing everything the hard way. If this sounds familiar, here's how you can make technology work like your own personal assistant instead of another thing to manage. Fix number 1. Use wearable reminders or smart medication tools. Forget old-fashioned pill boxes. 2025 smart pill dispensers and wearable reminders are built to make life easier. Devices like Hero Health, Reminder Rosie, or MedMinder can chime, flash, or even speak reminders aloud when it's time for your medication. Some wristbands vibrate gently, while others send alerts to your phone or a family member if a dose is missed. These tools take the pressure off your memory, letting you focus on your day without the constant mental checklist. Fix number 2. Use password managers with biometric security. The average adult now juggles over 100 online logins, far too many to remember. Writing them down is risky, and reusing the same password everywhere is even worse. Instead, try password managers like 1Password, Bitwarden, or Dashlane, which store all your logins safely and unlock with a fingerprint or face scan. This not only keeps your account secure, but also frees your mind from digital clutter. Louise started using one, and within a week, she stopped saying, "Wait, what was my password again?" Fix number 3. Simplify connection with smart communication tools. Keeping in touch shouldn't feel like a chore. Apps like Marco Polo, WhatsApp voice notes, or Facebook Messenger voice memos let you record quick voice messages instead of typing long texts. For seniors with arthritis or vision challenges, this can be a game changer. You can greet your grandkids, share stories, or check in with friends, all without struggling with tiny keys or autocorrect mistakes. These small automations do something remarkable. They give back mental space. Louise noticed that after she automated her medication and stopped worrying about passwords, she slept better. Her mornings felt calmer, her calls more joyful. The cloud of "did I forget something" slowly lifted. And that's the real power of technology. It's not just about convenience, it's about peace of mind. You don't need to remember everything. You just need to set up systems that remember for you. The goal isn't to replace your memory, it's to support it, so you can focus on what truly matters. Living fully, staying connected, and feeling in control. What's the one thing you keep forgetting? A password, an appointment, or something else? Share below. You might discover you're not the only one, and your story could help someone else find their calm again. When we first met Louise, she was overwhelmed. Her days were filled with tiny frustrations, echoing calls, unreadable text, forgotten passwords, and constant tech confusion that made her feel left behind in a world moving too fast. But now, a few short weeks after making those 5 simple changes, her story looks completely different. Her mornings start quietly, with a soft chime from her medication reminder instead of the anxious thought, "Did I take it already?" She smiles, knowing she no longer has to rely on scraps of paper or memory alone. Her smart dispenser lights up when it's time, and that simple glow feels like a small victory, a reminder that she's still in charge of her life. When her phone rings, she no longer dreads the call. The echo is gone. The background noise, her ceiling fan, the neighbor's mower, even the clatter from her kitchen, is gently filtered away. She hears her grandson's laugh clearly, bright and sharp, as if he's right there beside her. "Grandma, you sound great," he says. Those 5 words fill her with something she hasn't felt in a while: confidence. Louise has also discovered a new peace with her devices. Her tablet feels like a companion again, not a puzzle. She reads her church emails in large, bold text without squinting. She browses family photos in warm, high-contrast tones that don't strain her eyes. She even taught her friend Marjorie how to enable dark mode last week, a small moment of pride that made her chuckle. The difference isn't just in her tech, it's in her energy. She feels lighter, calmer, more connected. Her friends visit for coffee, and they laugh together without their hearing aids buzzing from feedback. She no longer apologizes for messing something up. Instead, she's the one helping others, showing how to silence background apps or adjust text size with a few taps. Her confidence has sparked curiosity again. Just last weekend, she watched a tutorial about smart speakers and said, "Maybe I'll get one." It wasn't said in frustration this time, it was said with excitement. That's the transformation every senior deserves, to move from feeling afraid of breaking something to feeling ready to explore. For Louise, tech is no longer a burden. It's a bridge to her family, her friends, her independence, and her peace of mind. When technology stops confusing you and starts supporting you, it's not just convenience, it's freedom. And that freedom, once you taste it, feels like getting a little piece of your old self back again. Let's take a moment to reflect on what Louise, and maybe you too, discovered through this journey. These 5 small but powerful shifts aren't just about fixing tech. They're about reclaiming peace, control, and confidence in a digital world that often feels like it's sprinting ahead without us. First, she learned to quiet the unwanted noise. That simple act of managing background distractions, fans, echoes, notifications, brought back the joy of conversation. No more shouting, "Can you hear me?" into a screen. Just clarity, connection, and calm. Second, she took back her privacy. By adjusting a few confusing settings, Louise no longer worried about strangers seeing her posts or scammers sneaking into her inbox. For the first time in years, she felt secure online, not scared. Third, she decided to control her updates and background drains. By scheduling them smartly and shutting down unnecessary processes, her devices became faster, smoother, and less frustrating. It's a reminder that sometimes, the key to peace isn't buying a new gadget, it's simply managing the one you already own. Fourth, she learned to make what she sees easy to see. No more tiny text or hard-to-read screens. By turning on high-contrast displays, larger fonts, and simplified layouts, technology finally began to meet her halfway. And every time she reads a message or checks a photo without straining, it's a quiet victory for independence. And fifth, she embraced automation to let tech remember so she could live. With wearable reminders, password managers, and easy voice tools, Louise stopped relying on scattered notes and started enjoying her freedom again. No more worry, no more missed calls, just peace of mind. Together, these 5 changes created something remarkable. A daily life filled with ease, not exhaustion. The difference between feeling drained by technology and empowered by it often comes down to simple awareness and the courage to take small steps forward. So, here's your takeaway. You deserve tech that empowers you, not wears you out. You've spent a lifetime learning, growing, and adapting. This chapter of your life isn't about keeping up. It's about using tools that finally keep up with you. If this resonated with you, don't let it end here. Hit that like button and share this video with someone you know who's struggling with their devices. It could change their days the way it changed Louise's. And subscribe so you don't miss our next episode, Hidden Tech Scams Targeting Seniors in 2025. You'll want to hear this before the next call or email catches you off guard. And one last thing, tell us in the comments, which of these 5 mistakes hit home the most? We read every story, every reflection, and every win. Your experience could be the spark that helps another senior take back control of their tech and their confidence.